Out of all the things in the world to base a theme park on, Soviet Lithuania is probably not one of the first things that comes to most people's minds. But recently I came across Grūtas Park, an open-air museum which provides a peek behind what was once the Iron Curtain, and which has become one of Lithuania's biggest attractions since it first opened in 2001. Unenticing an idea as it may seem for a theme park, I decided to embrace my inner Bolshevik, and I headed down to Grūtas Park, known to locals as Stalin World, to visit the happiest place on Earth. If you happen to be a fan of Stalin. Built on former swampland, Stalin World attempts to recreate what Lithuanian life was like under Soviet oppression. From the uninviting entrance, which makes you feel like you're entering into a concentration camp, to the recreation of a Soviet-era library featuring real-life librarians and children frozen in time, Stalin World is a nostalgic paradise for all those who miss that sweet undercurrent of tension that living under the watch of the secret police undoubtedly provided. An excitement that I'm sure you'll agree, modern Lithuania sorely lacks. Now the main draw of Grūtas Park is this impressive collection of Soviet-era statues, featuring all the classic Marxists that you know and love. Originally purchased by millionaire mushroom exporter Vilamaus Malinauskas during the disintegration of the Soviet Union in the early 90s, the statues are now privately owned and they're protected from the vandalism that faced similar Soviet ideological relics in neighbouring Baltic countries like Estonia and Latvia. But not everyone is amused by what Stalin World represents. They see the glorification of a mass-murdering villain like Joseph Stalin as incredibly offensive, and that it's insulting to the tens of thousands of Lithuanian citizens who were separated from their families and sent to gulags in the 1940s. But others say that Stalin was simply exhibiting strong leadership skills, and in today's corporate world, he is simply considered ahead of his time. Admittedly, Stalin World is not for everyone. In fact, I'd even go as far to suggest that Stalin World is lacking in family appeal. And not even this proletariat playground will be enough to change some people's minds. It's also arguable that after you've perused the various communist ideological relics on display, there isn't a whole lot more to do at Stalin World, except for wondering what emus have got to do with Bolshevism. But despite its flaws, Stalin World continues to make a healthy profit, which in a communist theme park is a delicious irony not wasted on a man such as myself. So if you're visiting Lithuania, why not visit Stalin World? That way when people ask you what you saw on your first Europe trip, instead of the usual answers like I went to the Colosseum or I went to the Notre Dame Cathedral, you can say I didn't go to any of those places, I went to Stalin World. I've been Pete Vondelpark, subscribe and thanks for watching.